So I know that this is a little cliche, but I'm gonna tell you. I've given up desserts for Lent. I know, not earth-shattering, right? It's not the only part, just for the record, it's not the only part of my Lenten sort of discipline for this season, but it's part of it. I tell you that so you will appreciate the anguish I felt when I came home late last night, having not had any dinner, and found there on the kitchen counter a cake. Just staring up at me. And it wasn't any ordinary kind of cake. It was a chocolate cake, store-bought chocolate cake with that sugary frosting, you know, so much sugar that you go into insulin shot right then and there. It is my favorite cake. I love it so much that I don't eat it with a fork, I eat it with a spoon so I can just get all the frosting. I mean, I love this cake. It's a sickness, I know. And there it was. And I'd given up desserts for Lent. So I went and I got myself a glass of water, and I walked out of the room. And walked out of the room and walked around the house a little bit, and I heard this voice sort of whisper in my ear, well, you know, it is a birthday cake for my wife, Diane. It is a birthday cake. Shouldn't you get a waiver on this when it's a birthday cake, you know? So I went back into the kitchen, the water sort of sloshing around in my belly, and I looked at the cake, and I swear, I think it moved just a little bit closer to the edge. I looked at the cake, and I went into the fridge, I pulled out a slice of cold pizza, and I took it and I walked out of the room again. And I ate that slice of cold pizza, and it was good, as cold pizza can be when you're hungry. But here's the problem with cold pizza for dinner. When you eat it, as soon as you're done that slice of cold pizza, what do you want? You want chocolate cake, that's right. It's true, come on. I'm sorry, friends. I went back in, and there was the cake. And I thought to myself, Diane's friends, she had friends from her college days, Diane's friends brought her this cake. It would be rude of me not to eat this cake. I went to the drawer and I pulled out a spoon and I looked at the cake. I'm not making this up in case you think I am. And then I went to the cupboard and I got a jar of peanut butter. It wasn't cake, but it did the trick. It didn't go with the pizza so well, you're right. So that was the end of my craving, and then it was time for me to get back to sort of preparing for this morning and this sermon. I went back and I looked at the readings again, and there were our readings. And in case you missed it, did you hear what they were all about? They were all about temptation, right? And I thought to myself, I'm not sure how this works, but somewhere God is laughing at me at this very moment. So here we are, the first Sunday of Lent. And we get these two stories, maybe familiar to some of you. From the Hebrew Scriptures, we get the Genesis story where Adam and Eve are in the garden and they meet the serpent. Now you've got to understand that the garden's called Eden, and Eden in Hebrew is translated, it means delight, or it means luxury. I mean, Adam and Eve are sitting pretty here, right? They are given the garden, they are given dominion over all the garden. They are told that the whole garden is theirs. They can eat anything they want. They can chase the animals, they can chase each other, it doesn't matter. The whole garden is theirs. This is a good deal. The only work that they have to do is to till and to care for the garden and tend to the garden. That's it. That's all God says. Oh, and there's just one other thing. Just one other thing. God says, so that tree over there, that tree of the knowledge of good and evil, so actually that tree is off limits. You can eat anything else you want. You can do whatever you want. Just tend to the garden, till the garden, and stay away from that tree. It's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal until the serpent the craftiest of animals we hear. The serpent comes up to Eve, and let me just stop and say, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm sure it was a man who wrote this story. I'm sorry. The serpent comes up to Eve and says, so, what exactly did God say to you? Did God say to you that you can't eat any of the fruit from the trees in the garden? Now, I always suspect that the serpent knew darn well what God had said. Because God didn't say you can't eat any. And Eve says, well, no. God said that we can eat any of the fruit of the trees in the garden. Just not that one fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden. That one we can't eat. And then actually, Eve, for some reason, she kind of stretches a little bit of what God said, and she says, and if we touch that tree, we'll die. That's in the Genesis. Well, now the serpent, that crafty serpent, the serpent has an opening. And the serpent says, wait a second. Are you kidding? If you touch that tree, you'll die? That's ridiculous. You won't die. Right? And the serpent is, I think, kind of working his way into Eve's mind and helping Eve to think, God's being kind of selfish about this. Why is God keeping the best tree to God's self? Oh, I'm not going to die. God's just full of a bunch of hooey, right? Hooey, that's Hebrew. Anyhow, so we know what happens. Eve goes to the tree. The gospel story is a great sort of companion to this Eden story, because here we've got Jesus, and he too is being tempted. It follows right on the footsteps of his baptism. He's been baptized by John. He's all set for his ministry. He's clear about what he's got to do, except first he's got these 40 days in the wilderness where he's fasted and he's famished, he's hungry. And so, Matthew writes, the devil comes to tempt Jesus. And the devil says, recognizing his hunger, listen, if you're hungry, why don't you turn these stones into bread? Jesus resists. I think the devil should have said, turn the stones into cake, but that's my own personal. Jesus said, no. He says, look, it is written that man doesn't live by bread alone. Well, the devil's not done with Jesus, and he tries a second tact. He says, listen, he takes him up to the pinnacle of the temple, and he says, throw yourself off. Let's see if God saves you there. Let's test God a little bit. And Jesus says, no. It's written that we shouldn't test our God. Devil tries a third time. Takes him up to the highest mountaintop, says, look out over all you can see. It's a good sight, isn't it? Look at this. So all of it can be yours. All you got to do is bow down and worship me. That's it. Again, Jesus resists. He says, no. We only worship the Lord our God. The devil goes away frustrated. These two stories, they have so much in common. I mean, in both cases, you've got the central characters, Adam and Eve in the Eden story, Jesus in the gospel story. Both have a clear sense of purpose. They've been charged with a clear sense from God. For Adam and Eve, it is tend to this garden. Do this garden, take care of it, till it. Till it, by the way, in Hebrew, truly means actually to serve. Interesting, we've kind of lost sight of that. But till this garden, take care of this garden, that's all Adam and Eve have to do. Jesus, he too has a clear sense of purpose at this point in the story, and that is to usher in the kingdom of God. So both of them, they have a clear sense of purpose, right? It's also similar in the two stories in that both of them encounter some kind of agent of temptation. The serpent or the devil, but a temptation that tries to distract them from that purpose that God has called them to. That tries to throw them sort of off their game a little bit. These two stories parallel each other. Of course, there's one big difference, right? What's the one big difference? In the case of Adam and Eve, they give in to the serpent. In the case of Jesus, he doesn't. So, I know it's a stretch to imagine ourselves coming face to face with the devil or a serpent. I happily haven't had any conversations with serpents lately. I hope you haven't either. But here's the place where I think it connects with us. I don't know about your experience, but I can tell you about mine, and almost daily. I have temptations that get in my ear and that threaten to distract me from the purpose of my day, if not the very purpose for which God has called me to do and be all that I might be. Does that sound familiar? We have, I still think, temptations which distract and which can cause us to falter. You know, there's that hunger thing. And it might be hunger for cake. It might be hunger for what? For more money, more clothes, bless you, more goods, more shoes, more jackets, more TVs, more boats, more this, more that. We have this hunger, and hunger can tempt us to distraction. We can be tempted by our own insecurities and by our own fears, tempted to doubt whether God will provide for us, tempted to wonder about what our future holds for us, tempted to doubt whether God's even paying attention. We can be tempted by those fears. And that can distract us from trusting in God and trusting in our purpose. And then I think one of the biggest temptations of all, maybe the core temptation, we can be tempted for more power, for more control. We want to be God. I'll make an I statement here. Sometimes I want to be God. I've got 4 teenagers. Can you blame me? Sorry, you guys. But sometimes I want to have more control. And I don't. We don't. There's only one God. There are so many temptations that we encounter day to day, week to week. So I want to ask you, as we start this Lenten journey, we've got more or less 40 days, a little less than 40 days. I want to ask you to consider two questions during these next 40 or so days. The first one is this. So what is your purpose? What is the purpose in this moment of your life? Now maybe it's simple and time specific. What's the purpose God's calling you to? What's the purpose that you have a heart for? And the second question is, what are the temptations that threaten to distract you and divert you from your purpose? What are the things that are getting in the way of you living into that purpose? Because they're there. And whether we're talking about a snake, or whether we're talking about Satan with horns and a pitchfork, or whether we're talking about the seductive whisper of evil, temptations are there to take us away from our purpose. Think about that for these next 40 days or so. Hard stuff, hard to figure out, but I do believe this. I do believe that if we take these two questions seriously about our purpose and about temptation, then I do believe that we can also have the experience that Jesus had. Because if you remember the end of the gospel, it is said that angels came to wait on him. May we find angels waiting on us in our time too. Amen.